I never thought I would say these words. Jay-Z is under fire right now. In case you don't know, Jay-Z has reached a deal, or Rocnation reached a deal with the National Football League. I guess what's the deal?
They'll
it's for like
basically take over their entertainment portion for like events like the Super Bowl, and they'll also be heading up their social justice.
Inspired change, I think it's
so
called.
yeah.
Something like that.
The reviews have been mixed from the deal. I guess that's one way to look at it.
Best way to look at it.
Because the big elephant in the room is Colin Kaepernick still don't got a job. Right? And so Jay-Z essentially had a press conference with Roger Goodell, and just that alone looked nasty because Roger Goodell is just kind of the symbol of everything wrong with professional sports. That, like, literally his face, I think, is what it is. Roger Goodell, he's the commissioner of the National Football League. And basically Jay-Z's point was, okay, we kneeled, we did that, what do you do after that? So Jay-Z's saying, by getting this deal, that's the next logical step in getting change in the NFL. But there's also just the fact that, okay, what is that step going to be? It looks like just a bunch of billionaires getting together. And when billionaires get together, historically in America, non-billionaires get fit. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Yo, just to be realistic in terms of just perspective, the next step technically is what Jay-Z said. It does have to become actionable items. Where I'm like, yo, look, we can kneel. I don't have any problem kneeling. I understand the point of kneeling. Like, if just turns like baseball games, I still go there and I feel iffy if I stand up and want to like sit here and do the pledge of allegiance, stuff like that. I understand the whole
national anthem.
Yeah, my bad. I pledge allegiance, pledge the anthem, whatever it is. But anyway, I feel iffy on that. But it's just one of the things where like I don't discourage anybody from standing up. I don't discourage you from kneeling. But Jay-Z was right where the next step becomes actionable items. What are we going to do and how do we get the actionable item? Jay-Z is the person that comes and has to stand at the table. And that's just one of those things where it is what it is. And that's why personally, when I heard it, I didn't care. I just literally was like, is it what we really wanted? Not really. But is it what was the next plausible step in everything just based off what we know? In my opinion, yes, because it's just like, he's said it before. Even other people's always sorry. He's a businessman, not a business
man.
Oh, whatever the way it is. He's a business. So like, yo, if any businessman we know, even all the way up to the president of the country, just to be fair, if they come to him with the right deal, you're going to take it. So for a lot of what he did, I'm not mad. I can explain why I'm mad, but that's not why.
What Jay-Z said in his recent interview during the press conference was like kneeling was an important step in the process. It drew attention to an issue that needed attention that was overlooked. And Colin Kaepernick did a great job at bringing that to his stage, to the most popular watched sport. So now, like Dante was saying earlier, like we got to figure out what's next. And I think having somebody who kind of represents African American community kind of stand up and get to the table at something that's so pressing against black people and really minorities in general and people experiencing police brutality all over the U.S. Like, I don't see another better way to kind of infiltrate that. And we honestly still got to wait to see kind of how this turns out, because a lot of people like make these deals and say a lot of great things towards the beginning, but we have to see what fruits come from this. But honestly, I don't see how we can be mad at Jay-Z. For one, Jay-Z, even outside of all this, he doesn't owe Colin Kaepernick anything. Mm-hmm. Like, regardless of if he stood for if he respected what he stood for, Colin Kaepernick did a very brave thing. He put his whole career on the line.
So when you say he doesn't owe him anything, what do you mean by that, though?
So, I mean, like, he did this deal. It wasn't necessarily for Colin Kaepernick. He did this deal to push the agenda.
Because okay.
He pushed the agenda for the issues that Colin Kaepernick brought awareness to. So it's not for Colin Kaepernick. It's for the social justice issues that we're facing. It's for representation in a league that has clearly not always had our favor in mind.
I got what you're saying, but I mean, like, isn't part of Colin Kaepernick, since he's
Colin Kaepernick is a man. He's one man who stood for a cause, and he had the consequences that came with it. Obviously, we would all like for him to see Colin Kaepernick to get his job back, but like that's not honestly what this was for.
He's actively being held out of the league.
No, like, he is, but what does that have to do with Jay-Z though?
Well, I mean, Jay-Z has been walking lock and step with Colin Kaepernick. This is supposed to be for us, the community, right? Well, Colin Kaepernick is the person doing it. I get what you're saying, but like, it can't just be, oh, I'm doing this, oh, screw you, Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick right now.
It doesn't have to be the same thing.
But Colin Kaepernick right now he's a big part of the movement right now, and by doing this, it looks kind of crazy. You can't just say, oh well, sucks to suck. You do what it is. You're frozen out of the league. I mean, because right now you can cut on Hard Knocks to watch the Raiders try to sit there and push Nathan Peterman as their backup, and he throws 6 picks a game, right? Colin Kaepernick can't, or the Redskins trying to start Colt McCoy. You can't get out of bed and brush your teeth without breaking his leg. So I mean,
So my question is like, what does Jay-Z have to do for Colin Kaepernick at this point?
All right.
Outside of because no NFL team will bring him on, and if any NFL team has the power to bring him on.
Well, that's where the potential nastiness is. Like Jay-Z's in bed with them. You gotta understand, like, and not that I necessarily agree, because I mean, I'm taking again. I think this is one of those things where it's okay just to not know and just wait and see,
right?
Because like I feel like you gotta wait and see where this comes from. But again, people naturally have distrust of the elite in the world.
Of course.
Jay-Z's a billionaire. He's in bed right now with billionaires.
White billionaires.
Exactly. So that makes it even like, what is going on right now? Honestly, this is such an egregious, like, what the fuck move that you're kind of just like, wait, what is the end game here? Like, this is crazy. If somebody would have told me this was happening like 3 weeks ago, I'd be like, wait, what? Because it really doesn't make any sense for Jay-Z to do that. He doesn't need the money. It's like, I was talking to somebody, I forgot what they said, but they were simply saying, he doesn't need the money, right? So unless he's just trying to get more money and he's just a billionaire and just a ruthless billionaire, just ready to take a dollar wherever he can get it, what comes out of this deal?
I'll say this. In my opinion, the biggest thing that Jay-Z did wrong, just based off the last 2 days and what I know, based off what I read, was just lying. Jay-Z, he lied and said that he talked to Colin Kaepernick before the deal. That was a lie. And everybody has said that was a lie. I can't guarantee you 100% because I don't know Jay-Z, but based off of that.
How is it guaranteed a lie? I didn't see Colin say that was a lie.
His girlfriend said it's a lie. Other people said it's a lie. But just in general, I'm just going to say, like, I would say the only thing that I feel like he's done wrong thus far has just been, if that's a lie, just based off what other people said, that would be the only thing that I see that he's done wrong is just the way that he's gone about his business. But I would say that if you just kind of look at the way that he's gone about social justice endeavors and other things like that, just think about the way things have gone. We talk about the NFL and we talk about how people are upset with their owners and how they're racist. Absolutely. I feel like the Dolphins owner's racist as hell. Right. Because he's cool with Trump's racism and he says it has no effect on the politics of it. And that's a complete lie. But I will say something like, think about one of the biggest people in Meek Mill's corner from a public perception perspective. It would end up being Robert Kraft.
Right.
So that's why it's one of those things where I think it's confusing, and like Aaron said, it's probably just best to just put it as one of those gray areas where it's risky because it's like, yo, they got to Robert Kraft who's cool with Trump. So, I mean, is it one of those things where it could just end up being a boon for money? Yes, it very well could be. But is it one of those things where we have to give it some type of credence based on what's happened in the past and say that maybe he's the guy on the inside whose voice that you really need for change? I feel like you can't cut that possibility out.
And you kind of have to wait and see. Because I just read a story that he's about to become an owner of a team, and the team, some unknown team. I pray to God it's Redskins. Like, God, I mean, Jesus,
it's the Giants.
I honestly would. I would.
It's definitely New York.
I would give anything,
Giants, bro.
I would literally give anything.
I'm about to have the Jets.
I would give anything.
Look at your boy, Sam.
Anybody. Oh my God. But like again, that looks kind of crazy. Oh, now you're an owner. Now you're one. He's been going so hard, and he's been going hard in the NFL too, like recently, in music and all. And now all of a sudden he has to deal with them. It looks crazy, but this might be one of those things you got to give it a couple months to see what comes of it.
Yeah, we gotta see the.
But if all we get is just like Rihanna doing a Super Bowl show, and then you get like a Rocnation family Super Bowl show, and J. Cole, Meek Mill, Tina Marie, I don't know. If you start getting that, that's kind of if that's all you get out of that is just cool Super Bowl shows. I don't know.
I mean, representation is equally as important.
No.
I mean, it is though. For a long time, we're not represented in the Super Bowl. Outkast couldn't get the performance they wanted. Travis couldn't get his center light that he wanted. It's important.
We
have to be represented,
dude. We own entertainment. That's never been.
But not Super Bowl entertainment.
Not Super Bowl entertainment. Beyonce just did the Super Bowl.
Beyonce.
I got you, but just. Based on what he's saying, we aren't in charge of Super Bowl entertainment in general. Yeah. But what I would throw in there is that can't be it.
That can't be
it. No, it can't be it. No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I agree with let's not minimize what he's doing too.
He's doing in terms of the showmanship, the entertainment industry, and black performers, yes, it would be a big thing based off of what he's doing right now. But the biggest thing that I think that we're all looking at would be, you did that. But this social injustice portion that's going to be involved in the deal, it definitely has to be something that, at the end of the day, that you bring in Kaepernick or whatever. You know, even if Kaepernick, I'm be honest with you, if Kaepernick's never able to get a job again, fine, that would be what it is. It's terrible, it's a crime. But you have to be doing something more. There has to be change that you all are actively pursuing as a unit,
right? Especially when you
what's stopping him from taking the same deal with the NBA?
What do you mean?
Listen, what I'm saying is,
but this issue wasn't as big in the NBA.
I got what I'm saying, but the NFL right now is kind of in the crosshairs right now.
Oh no!
Why would you if you really cared about I'm just playing devil's advocate. If you really cared about, I guess,
I'm gonna be absolutely honest,
you would take the job of the NBA. But if you're just looking at it from a purely capitalistic way of looking at it, you wouldn't take the NBA because the NFL is the big. That's why you would do it. That's
capitalistic, but NFL is like you said in the crosshairs of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why would you take the job with the NFL? That's what I'm saying.
The NFL is the bigger game in America just in terms of eyes. So I'll be the first person to tell you right off the bat. Based off everything that I read and everything that even I understand just off doing my own research, yes, the NFL is taking their cover under the black blanket, which is Jay-Z and Rocnation. I'm not going to deny you that, but I will say this: in terms of Jay-Z, we can't rule out what could happen just under the black man's power. What can he do and what he brings to the table? And not that it's anything you said, but I feel like that's the part that a lot of us are disregarding and taking away from the table. In terms of the relationship with Kaepernick and other things, I feel bad about that, and I feel like there probably was some stuff that wasn't done correctly on that side. But we can't let it take away. Unfortunately, it's one of those philosophical just questions. I mean, we can't let one person take away from the greater thing. Right? I'm not disagreeing with you. It's a huge mistake.
I mean, but what could he have done though?
Because
the issue is Colin wants to have a spot on one of these teams that he claims is so racist.
But I'm agreeing with you. Either A, he could have not did it.
That are so racist.
Wait. Okay, hold on. But I mean, what does that have to do with anything?
No, Colin wants a job in the NFL.
Now I got that. Has so become an issue at this point.
No, but I'm saying, why are we mad for Jay-Z for doing a deal with the NFL?
Because the NFL
Colin wants to be a part of the NFL.
Because the NFL is actively holding Colin out, is what I'm saying. But if we go to the club today, and if we leave right now and go to whatever club right now, and one of us can't get in, are we gonna oh, sorry, Donda, you ain't get in, screw you. We gonna go inside, go have fun. We gonna look crazy, right? That's what I'm saying.
Depending on the situation, I may do it. But no, I'll say it from this perspective. If you think about it, Colin Kaepernick knows that just in terms of an analogy, he knows that he nailed himself to that cross for whatever a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. He knew that.
He nailed himself to that cross a long time ago.
He knew it.
Just in general, just before you even rebut, it's just one of those things where it becomes unfortunate, very, 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 very unfortunate. I am on his side. I am absolutely on his side. I want to have a job more than anyone else. Does he end up becoming the one who gets hurt so that, I say tens of dozens to hundreds can get another chance? And it's something that he's probably thought about.
Okay.
Damn, that's smooth.